we shall be discussing the subject allotted, natural gas, fueling the future. I am reminded of the fact that natural gas and India, the two have similarity in one aspect. For a long time, people have been saying that India has great potential for development. But that potential continues to remain potential. It is not really fructifying. Similarly, natural gas has been the fuel of future since last century. They said 19th century was the century of coal, 20th century was century of oil, and 21st century will be century of gas. But it seems to me that before gas really occupies as the prime fuel of 21st century, it might get replaced by renewables. So, particularly, and that is particularly true for India. While the world average for primary energy consumption of different fuels shows that natural gas constitutes about 23-24%. In India, this ratio has never, maybe just about a year or two when KG basin gas was available, touched 10%. Otherwise, it has always been less than 10%, maybe mostly near 8%, 8.5%, 9%, and sometime even has gone down to 7%. Natural gas is in its availability and abundance supposed to be more, its availability is supposed to be more dispersed than oil. So it should be possible, therefore, to get natural gas at more competitive prices more easily than oil, theoretically. And on the other hand, between the various fossil fuels, the main fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas is supposed to be least polluting or ecologically most favored among the three. So its consumption should keep increasing, and particularly in a country like India, which now in COP21 has committed to reduce the intensity of energy consumption per unit of GDP by nearly 30 to 35% by the year 2035, the use of fossil fuel or the polluting content. So that means that in India, the share of natural gas should keep going up at the expense of oil and gas. And since per capita consumption of fossil fuel in India is still very low, about 1/3 of world's average per capita, so if India has to catch up in terms of per capita GDP with world average, the fossil fuel consumption will continue to rise for another 10 to 20 years until we have sufficient abundance of renewable energy and all the attendant problems of renewable energy not being steadily available, storage being difficult, and etc., convenience in handling, they are all sorted out. So therefore, theoretically, India is a very promising land for natural gas in terms of increasing the consumption per capita and on overall basis. But on the other hand, when we see that supply side, the availability side, natural gas being different from oil in terms of handling, in respect of oil, a homogeneous market has more or less evolved. Of course, there are different benchmarks still available. But by and large, oil from one end of the globe can travel to the other end of the globe, and people have developed a more or less homogeneous market. In case of natural gas, there are only regional markets. LNG, which is a later entrant to the natural gas scenario, has been creating a more homogenization of the natural gas market, but still it's only about 30% of the natural gas trade. And by and large, natural gas is traded between countries which are in proximity with each other or within the countries. And the transnational trade between natural gas, transnational trade of natural gas between countries is also dependent on the geopolitical and diplomatic relations between the countries. We have seen the example of Russia supplying to West Europe. We have seen the development of alternate pipelines from Central Asia to Mediterranean. And we have been working in India ourselves to develop transnational pipelines both from the east and from the west, but have met with number of difficulties. Now, as the crude oil prices have come down, the natural gas prices, although there is a relationship because both are, of course, are in a way substitutes of each other, can be substitutes of each other, and can release energy for whatever purposes one is being used for. Yet there has been not a one-to-one correspondence, but over a period of time, the price of natural gas, price of coal, and price of oil internationally and slowly domestically in countries which are still going to consume and where the growth of consumption is still going to increase substantially and significantly, they are relating it to the energy value. And therefore, when the oil prices come down, natural gas prices also start falling. More so because USA, which was the largest consumer, discovered shale gas, shale oil, and in a few years' time has converted itself from one of the largest importers and largest, of course, importers of oil and gas to almost reaching a situation where it has started giving export license for export of natural gas. So in this kind of scenario, where do we stand? What policies the government should adopt to help availability of natural gas in India? And I'm sure with the increase in availability of natural gas, its consumption will increase. That will be helpful in maintaining the ecological balance at the cost of coal and oil. And very many uses of natural gas will also come into being. Already in India, apart from main consumers like fertilizer and power, we have found use of natural gas for transport purposes, which I think is something which is not so common in other countries, but India has taken it in a big way. And in many major cities, public transport is now driven by natural gas. And especially when you see Delhi's air getting so much polluted, even the judicial authorities and statutory authorities are forcing more and more transport vehicles to go on natural gas.